really want to get the glow of like golden hour, but it's just gonna be so windy that I'm gonna have like this situation. I hope everyone's doing well. I've been watching the news of everything going on in India and it literally breaks my heart. I'm so stressed out every single day about just what's in the news right now and all the stories that I'm hearing about in Punjab and Delhi. Literally, it is an apocalypse. So if you guys don't know that India had another massive outbreak of COVID, and it's just like, my big question is like, what is the government doing? Like what? Oh, hi baby. Hello. There's so many dogs here, I get so distracted. I don't think I can ever make another video here. Guys, I came here to vlog. This is not working for me. Okay, hi guys. I'm gonna give this a shot of recording at the beach. I went to Seseh beach, which is next over from the one I usually go to. I'm usually in Paranon, but if I film there's just gonna be so many people and it's gonna be super embarrassing, and I'll end up on Canggu Pole, which is one of the meme Instagram pages here. It'll be so embarrassing. So I'm here at Seseh. For this video, I want to talk about building like the perfect itinerary. So for this vlog, I want to talk about the different areas in Bali, right? Because when you're booking your trip, you're not going to really know exactly what part you're going to want to stay in. I say when it comes to the number of days of being in Bali, 7 days is a good amount minimum. Don't come for anything less than 7 days. So when you arrive, you're going to arrive in Denpasar, and people always feel like, oh, we'll spend the night at the airport. Bali is small enough where you don't really need to do that. You can just go straight to either Ubud or Seminyak. I personally think from all the different trips that I've hosted with Dreamy Trips Bali, I think the best way to plan a trip is to make Seminyak your base. Seminyak or Uluwatu. I think Seminyak is better because there's a bit of a nightlife. And then so stay in Seminyak for a couple of days. It's really trendy, it's urban. The cute villas are there. Some of the best vegan cafes are there as well. So 3 days there, and then 2 days in Ubud or Gyanar. They're both right next to each other. It's all considered Ubud, really. And then after that, you should go back to Seminyak and then go down to Uluwatu for a couple of days, or Canggu. So that's going to be your main area. It's kind of like Seminyak's right in the middle of everything, and then you can just go do your day trips and then come back to your villa at the end of the night so that you're still in one place. It gets annoying having to pack your bags up every few days and then go somewhere else. So Seminyak, again, is super urban, fun, really great for like groups. It's where you want to go when you want to kind of have a nightlife as well. La Favela is great, Motel Mexicola, those are the two like popular spots to be at. And then next to Seminyak is either Canggu or Kuta. So Kuta was the place to be when it was back in the 2000s. It was like the first city in Bali, so it's the busiest, but it's also the crowdest and dirtiest now, and the crowd there is just like full of Aussie spring breakers. Of course, this was pre-COVID when there were spring breakers here. Now it's literally a ghost town. There's nothing there. So when I tell people to come to Bali, I say avoid Kuta as much as possible. And then after that, okay, so Canggu is on the other side, right? Canggu is where your digital nomads are. That's where like your entrepreneurs are, anyone that has a business. There's a really good expat community there, so it's really easy to make friends. If you're staying for longer than a week, I definitely recommend making Canggu your base. When people stay longer than a week, they usually stay in either Canggu, Uluwatu, and Ubud. So if you go north of Canggu, it's like a rainforest because there's just so many palm trees. It literally is a rainforest. And yeah, so Ubud is where all the hippies are, a lot of hippies. I personally don't like Ubud just because there's just so many bugs and it gets cold really fast and I don't really know what to do. In Canggu, it's my favorite. Uluwatu is even better. Uluwatu has the best beaches of them all. So definitely go and spend time in Uluwatu. It's something I don't think people do enough. At least 1 or 2 nights. And what else am I missing? Oh, then there's Nusa Dua as well. So Nusa Dua is a little east of Uluwatu, and they're northeast, kind of, barely. It's still next to Uluwatu. And that's where the massive resorts are. So what all do you have over there? There's some really big ones. I'll throw up some names because I can't think of any right now. But when I say massive, like I literally mean the biggest resorts I've ever seen in my life. Like, they are insane. But those are really good for families and honeymooners and older couples too. Not really for young people because they're just so fancy and high-end. You don't really know what to do there. But it's really great for weddings too. A lot of weddings happen there. So yeah, that's kind of how Bali is spread out. Okay, so when it comes to transport, now that you're in Seminyak, you're going to be wanting to get around to different places. There's no public transport in Bali. The way everyone gets around, everyone usually has their own scooter. So if you're coming to Bali for the first time and you've never driven a scooter, I recommend not even trying it. Like, girls, I was like one of those girls that are going to be like, yeah, I'm going to come to Bali and try riding a scooter for the first time and go around and I can do it. It's harder than you think. Like, the first time I drove a scooter, I actually drove it right into the rice fields and someone had to pull me out and I was super muddy. It's embarrassing and it's also kind of painful, so don't bother renting a scooter if you've never done it. If you're here for like a couple of days, just get a private taxi. There's also female drivers if that's something you're looking for. I have a few connects. But yeah, a private driver is the best way to go. Get one in the beginning of your trip. You can arrange them with your hotels as well. And then just have him for the rest of the trip, because Bali is not that big of an island that you can think of Bali the size of LA. You can go from one side of the island to the other really, really fast. So it's better to just get a private driver for the entire trip, and you don't have to deal about like in the middle of the night trying to get somewhere. Like, he'll just be with you the entire time. The roads are really small, like really, really small, like single lane, and everything is in one direction. So this was also pre-COVID. Right now everything is so dead, but when you eventually are going to be here, that's when tourists are going to be entering, so the roads are going to be busy again. Do know that Bali time and island time are very, very real. You're planning to get there at 1, you'll probably get there at like 1:20. So just know that you have to leave a little earlier, and traffic at night, especially in Seminyak, gets busy. So I definitely recommend getting Gojeks. Sometimes if you don't have a private driver, because then you can do Gojek scooters and then they can just like drive through traffic, and it saves you that 20 minutes and you're going to be on time and not having to sit in traffic. So when it comes to the things to do in Bali, I do want to note that the Bali swing is the #1 most overrated thing you could possibly do in Bali. I know people do it, like it's like when you go to India, you have to go to the Taj Mahal because you have to go to Agra. It's like one thing you have to do. Same as like if I went to China, I'd have to go see the Great Wall, but I'm actually sure that the Great Wall is worth going to see. The Bali swing isn't. It's literally just an amusement park. It's so overrated. So if you want, I definitely recommend skipping that. But instead, what I do recommend doing is an Instagram tour. So book an Instagram tour. Usually you can find photographers. My travel company, Dreamy Trips Bali, we do have some amazing photographers under our belt. So just hit us up or hit your photographer up and be like, I'd love to go see the rice fields, I'd want to see the Hundara Gate, and I want to see a couple waterfalls, and that is enough. Like, and plus you'll get a photographer with you, so that is one thing you definitely have to do. Another thing I think is really cool are cooking classes. When I did my first trip to Bali, I thought a cooking class would be really fun. It ended up being one of the most awesome experiences, because the cooking classes, and the important thing to look out for is that it's not just in like someone's house, like the vibe and the setting of where it is, because it's not so much the cooking that's gonna matter. It's more like the experience and the view and the ambiance. Like, the vibe has to be good. So I can recommend some if you message me, or just book your trip with Dreamy Trips and I'll take care of you. There's honestly so many things to do. Jet skiing is really cool here. That's definitely worth it. Any water sports is always really fun. Diving in Gili Tea, if you have time, go over there. You know what's really cool? Two things I also want to mention is I definitely recommend doing a spa day. Start your morning with a floating breakfast, which you can arrange through your hotel. Make sure to ask them for it. And then go spend the day at the spa and chill and pamper yourself, because you deserve that. Like, that's something Bali is really well known for. Another cool thing you need to take advantage of it being in Bali is like all of the cool body workers and healers and all the cool people that are just in the wellness space in general. Like the yoga teachers, Yoga Barn is amazing, definitely worth checking out. And then also breathwork. I'm not sure if you've heard of it before, but breathwork is probably one of the most insane forms of meditation that I've ever experienced, and it's literally changed my life. I try to do it as often as possible, and so it's something really cool and worth trying if you are coming to Bali and have never experienced it. Okay, I kind of want to walk around now because the sun is just so pretty, so let's go for a walk and I'll show you Seseh. Seseh Beach is the beach right next to Canggu as well. It's super empty here, which I really like. It's really nice for filming and taking photographs here because it's so uncrowded. When you're over in the popular beaches, which is Barawa and Batu Belong and Praranon or Echo Beach, all four of those, you'll probably get made fun of, which is what I'm avoiding. Okay, let's go for a walk.